Hello, it's Diane, and I want to talk to you today about Christmas journals. First of all, if you saw the video, I did a series of videos making this candy cane handkerchief journal, and then I did a flip through when it was completed. And it was a custom order. And it turns out that the customer who wanted it now can't purchase it because of unforeseen financial circumstances. So this is going to be in my shop. I'm going to list it, and it will be in the shop when this video uploads. And I am still going to put some buttons here as a further decoration. I just forgot to do that. But I will be putting buttons on there. And there was already a flip through on my channel, so I'll try to remember to link that video below. And I used these wonderful papers, digital papers from TLC Creates Vintage, and I'll link her shop below too. I'm on the design team, and I love these Christmas papers, and I'll be doing more. I have a add-on kit that I'm going to use for in my next set of Christmas books. So this will be available to first person who gets it. Okay, and then the other ones I've been working on are these two Reader's Digest book covers. I thought one of these was going to be for a custom order also, but she ordered it a long time ago, and I remembered that she wanted a hidden spine, but what I didn't remember was that she wanted vintage children's book pages in it, and these don't have, they do, but not, I don't think as many as she wants. So she may not want one of these. So these will not be listed right away until she gets to see the video and makes her decision. And I will come back and let you know which one or if both of them will be in the shop. But I'm going to go through them so Paula can see them. So here's this one with this pretty fabric spine. This fabric came to me from Pierrette from Canada. And it just has this gold design on the Reader's Digest cover with a pretty green spine, which most of that's covered up now. But it had this little gold strip. And I put gold ribbon down it, and there is gold in the fabric. Can you see that it's kind of metallic a little bit? And then I just used this beautiful little deer image. So this book is called Merry Christmas, Dear. And this is from the Authentique Christmas paper collection that I used. And then this is just a little piece of a velvet ribbon. It's not real velvet, but it's got 3 signatures. This is part of the Tsunami Rose Christmas ephemera. It was a bigger tag. I had to trim it a little bit, but I liked that it had this, so you can put your name right there. And then I'm going to, there are finishing touches to do. I just want to get these uploaded so Paula can see them. There's a lot of Tsunami Rose Christmas ephemera in these. There's the Authentique paper, and I forgot what the name of the paper is, but I think I got it from Lots of Bubbles for Me on Etsy. And there's the digital kit that I used is actually a free kit that was put in the files of Junk Journal Junkies Facebook group. So I forgot the name of the person who did that, but I thank you very much because I used those papers in both of these journals. So here we have Tsunami Rose image, and I'm going to put baker's twine in here. It's actually mailing twine, package twine that I got at the flea market. It's vintage and it has red and green and white and gold in it. I showed it in a video. I don't have it up here with me, it's downstairs. The Authentique paper is double-sided. I used some Christmas stickers, like gift tag labels. This is not vintage. Some of the things that I put in here are vintage. So this is the free digital kit. I used this really pretty ribbon that was also given to me in a Happy Mail. This pretty lady, and I just sewed her to a piece of cardstock and then sewed it on as a belly band, stenciled on the back of this page, and this is a Tsunami Rose image. And this is from a Christmas card book the kind that you would keep track of addresses and who you got cards from and who you sent cards to. This is a little tuck spot back here, and the tags have tulle, green and red tulle in them, and the ones that don't have anything are going to have that package twine. And then this is just a cutoff of the scrapbook paper, and you can open it up and write on it. And then this is from Authentique, and you can use that to tuck the flap into. I will also be putting bells and the bead dangles on these tabs. I actually made Christmas bead dangles, and I don't know where they are. I'm going to have to make more because I don't know where I put them. There's a Santa Claus stamped here. This is from a vintage tablecloth, which I thought was really pretty, and vintage rickrack, and then some little pom-pom trim, which is not vintage. And this is a cardstock plaid paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. Some gingerbread men there. Here's a printable, and this is a vintage gift tag. I don't know how old it is, but it is vintage. And I just tucked it in there. You can write in it. This is an old Stampin' Up! Stamp here. I colored it in with some colored pencil. I just colored like one feature on each section, and gave the first reindeer a little red nose there. This is also a printable, and this is from Tsunami Rose. Some stamps there, and this is from a Christmas craft book. One of the binders has some cross-stitch bread warmers. And I put this stamped label here that you can write on. Some Christmas music out of a book of Christmas songs, and some seam binding. I printed the kit on parchment paper, so it's got a nice look to the back of it even. Some little flowers glued onto the string. Here's the songbook. And then I glued this on here. It says Our Traditions. And I used this green sticky notepad for journaling in all of the signatures of both books. Oh, there's another Santa Claus. I didn't realize I stamped him in there twice. That's okay. This is from a vintage tablecloth also, and then this is just a piece of red velvet. And there's a Christmas stocking full of goodies. This is a pocket, which is supposed to have something in it. So I'll make sure something gets in there. Here's another piece of fabric that Perrette sent me. It's got the fairies, and it does have some gold in the fabric also. They look like the Mary Cecily Baker fairies. This is from Tsunami Rose, and it looks like a reproduction of a vintage postcard, and then just another white tag. And there's another one of those ladies on a belly band. Lots of space for journaling. This is just a little notepad with a Christmas sweater on it. And I have some Santa Claus playing cards. This one I sewed some ledger paper to on the back. This tag is supposed to have a piece of vintage wrapping paper on it. I think I had to remake the tag because I realized it wasn't punched properly, so I have to go back and put some wrapping paper on it. But this one does have some wrapping paper on it, vintage wrapping paper. And I will add the package twine to that. And here is a postcard. This was from like a little tablet of postcards. I love it when I find those at the flea markets. There's a tag in there, and again, it opens up for journaling. Oops, it got glued down there. Here we go. Some fabric there. This is some velvet ribbon here, the fake velvet. A little printable tucked in this printable. There's a Christmas tree. And this is from the Christmas card book. In a little vintage package tag there. And there's the center. This is from Authentique. I love that little image. And this was cut from a Christmas card. I got a box of Christmas tags and things from a flea market, and there were Christmas tags that were handmade out of Christmas cards, and they were really cute the way she did them, but this was just a piece of a Christmas card cut out. So I just glued that on as a tuck spot. Some of the stamping didn't come out great on these coffee dyed papers. They're not quite flat when you coffee dye them. It makes it harder. This is a piece of this placemat. It's vintage. And then a piece of vintage tablecloth there. I used my number stencils and stenciled the number 25 there. And this is a vintage card. You can open it up and journal in there. And the envelope is included. Another piece of that vintage tablecloth is a pocket, and then some stamps on that card tag. This was a printable. I don't remember from whom. Another Christmas sweater journaling spot. And this is an image. I forgot where I got that too. I wonder if it was from Christie Art Designs. I'm not sure. But just tucked in there is just a glassine envelope that I sealed shut. It's sealed shut good with glue. And it's just got some vintage glitter. This glitter came from this bottle and these. And these say non-tarnishing aluminum. So you know they're vintage. And I got these at a yard sale, and they're 29 cents original price. I got a whole box of this kind of stuff for $2, I think, at that yard sale. So I put some of them in here and just tucked it in there for fun. If you don't like glitter, you can throw it away and put something else in there. This one also has vintage wrapping paper on it. And it's got this vintage gold trim. This was a kind of trim that you would use on packages, I believe. I don't think it was made for clothing. It's stiff. But it's pretty on this. And on these pages, you could glue pictures or memorabilia or just some paper that you can journal on. And this is another piece of this fabric, but I appliqued a little piece of owl fabric. I think that was flannel. I don't know, maybe not. But it was an owl Christmas fabric that someone sent me. This is a vintage gift tag. This came off the Authentique paper at the top where you cut the edging off. It says, "The best of all gifts around any Christmas tree, the presence of a happy family all wrapped up in each other." Burton Hillis. And this is from an old children's book called Santa Claus in Santa Land. Here's the illustration from it. So there are some vintage children's books in here, book pages. I just glued this on as a tuck spot. I didn't put anything in it because this is the back of the music paper and it just had writing on it, so I just wanted to put something over it. Another page of the Santa Claus in Santa Land book. Tablecloth. This stamp here says gingerbread, holly, soft falling snow, candy canes, packages, trees all aglow, carolers, stockings, wreaths hung on doors. May the simple joys of the season be yours. I love this image too. These are both from Tsunami Rose. It says Fa La La. This is it's not the same fabric. It's got more white in the background, but it does have gold in it, and that was also given to me by Pierrette. And this trim here is vintage. So I have some finishing touches to do. It will be tied up with this red ribbon, and if Paula doesn't want it, it will be in my shop. And like I said, I'll come back on, I'll make another video to let you know which one of these, or if both of them, will be available in my shop, and then you'll know when they're listed. Let me just show you the second one quickly. It has this red and green pattern on the cover, this beautiful image from Authentique, and then this green and lace ribbon behind it. This is from a placemat. I love this fabric. I was going to put trim along here, but I really like that frayed edge, and I think it's got enough busyness going on here, so I didn't. I'll probably put a book plate thing here this book belongs to. So I'm just going to go through quickly because it's pretty much the same. The papers are different. They're all from the same kit. Oh, I have to put something in there too. Oh, I know. I just sewed this together, and see, they both have a hidden spine. I don't think I pointed that out. I just sewed this one in, so all of the inserts are still downstairs. See, this is where I glued the hidden spine part in, and I had just glued this one in, so I have to go get the rest of the all the inserts, and put them in. So there will be inserts in all of these things. This is a tuck spot. This is from the craft book. And I also have to put the things on the centers because, like I said, I just glued this book together. I like this little image too. I really like the retro, like 50s images. This is an old handkerchief and a piece of vintage fabric. There will be bells and beads on the tabs. There's a long pocket here that will have something in it. There's one of those 50s retro images, another piece of the handkerchief. It's a vintage wrapping paper there. And stay tuned. Don't go away yet, because I'm going to show the little golden books that I'm going to be using, and that way Paula can, if she doesn't want one of these, she can pick out what golden book she wants. There's one of the images of the fairies from the fabric. And that way you'll be able to also see, tuck spot there, this is from a vintage holiday recipe book, and I glued this on. So it says holiday recipes, and then it's numbered 1 to 10 on this, so you could write down your family's favorite holiday recipes. At least, you know, just the name of the recipe. Anyway, so then you can see what books I'll be making and let me know if there's anything you want. Now, I have like 9 golden books. I don't think I'll have time to make 9, because I have to make 2 of the domestic arts type of Christmas journals also. So I'm going to start out with 4. So I'm only going to promise 4 of the golden books, and if I have time I'll go back to them and make some more. I like this. This is from a vintage tablecloth also. This is a stamp that I stamped and then cut out. And this is that Santa Claus and Santa Land paper. So this one is Christmas, Merry Christmas, Dear, and this one is Peace. I'll just call this one Peace because it just looks like such a serene and peaceful picture. So the golden books that I'm going to use, Paula, I thought maybe you might like this one because you wanted vintage children's pages. I would use all of these pages. This is 1946, and it is illustrated by Corinne Malvern. I love Eloise Wilkins, and I love Corinne Malvern as far as golden book illustrators. So this is a beautiful, beautiful book. So it's all Christmas carols with these beautiful images. And then I was going to use some of the pages from this, a Junior Elf book, my first picture book of Christmas carols. So if that looks good to you, using these two books and all the well, not all the pages from this one and some of the pages from this one, then I can make this one for you with a hidden spine. Probably the rest, anything that Paula doesn't want will not be made with a hidden spine. I'll probably put buttons on the spines. I'm also going to make this one, and this is illustrated by Eloise Wilkin. And I just got, I'm a guest team designer. I'm a guest design team member for Mrs. Coggs. And I got her nativity images. They are so pretty, and I can't wait to use them in this. So I have the Christmas carols, the Christmas story. I'd like to do Frosty and the 12 Days of Christmas. So those are the 4 I'm going to start on. So Paula, if any of those interest you, please let me know. And so I've got more work to do. I've got to finish up those journals, but I'm going to get this video up so Paula can see it and make her determination. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.